Oh yeah.
Hey, and we're live.
Oh, okay. I can't actually see you doing the thumbs up for some reason, but yes, we are. It is.
Yep.
It was a new year. It is the year 2014.
Yes, we're Brave New World.
Yeah, hopefully. And I don't know. John is in the air right now. He's flying across the country or something. I don't know where he's going. Is
He
it?
was last spotted in Toronto,
Yeah.
Canada.
Oh, okay. Where do you know where he's going? Is it?
I thought it was like Washington or something.
Oh, okay.
I no, MAGFest. Wherever MAGFest is.
MAGFest kicks off that soon.
It's tomorrow.
Oh wow. Okay. I've not been keeping up on when that was happening. But okay, cool. That's the thing I've never been to, but I'm told it's great. Music and games. Is that what that MAG stands for? That's the
Uh,
right.
uh, no, it's a massive action game.
Oh right, yeah, that's right. Massive action game. It's just a giant gathering of PlayStation 3 fanatics who play
Yeah,
that game.
256 players at once. You get like
hmm
squad teams. Yeah,
That never really took off, did it? That sounded like a cool idea, but
I don't
it
think so.
just it's kind of slow paced, is what I'm told. Anyway, I'm Nathan. Sean is here as well,
Yeah.
and
Hey.
we're gonna do an episode of the top down perspective, the first
Yeah.
one of
First one
this
of the new
brand
year.
new
Yeah,
year.
on the first day. We couldn't be earlier.
Yeah.
But
Hopefully you've all heard our game of the year thing by now. So we're not gonna really talk about that stuff anymore. That's last year's stuff. We're
Yeah,
on
but
to
actually, speaking of last year, how was your Christmas?
our Christmas was good. I got a Wii U Pro controller, I guess, on the
Cool.
gaming front.
Nice.
Um, saw that new Martin Scorsese movie, and it riled me up good.
Which movie is that?
Oh, Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, okay. That is a long movie,
It's 3 hours,
like,
and
and it's
yeah,
not The Hobbit.
it is not The Hobbit. It is about businessmen. There's no dragons in it at all. So, yeah, I don't know. Totally different experience. I guess stay tuned to Pixel Response for more talk on that. I have just been wrestling with it. It's really crazy, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about video games.
Okay.
That's what this show's about. So, I mean, not a lot of news has happened. We're just gonna be transparent about that. Like the year just started, nothing's really happened yet. There's sales going on and stuff. There's outages happening here and there. eShop was down for a couple of days. I wasn't really on there though, so I didn't notice at all. But people were
Right.
complaining about that.
Right. Well, we'll get to news later. Why are you jumping to news?
I don't know. You're right. Let's talk about the video games we've been playing recently. Some of them, like most of them, all of them, are probably from last year or years prior. But
I don't think
there's no
anything came
24.
out today.
Where's these hot new 2014 releases?
I
Like
think the most
I'm here.
recent release is Dr. Luigi, but that was yesterday.
Oh, it was yesterday. It's last year. It's
Yeah.
old. Oh well. That Nintendo stuff I'm actually curious about. That NES remix thing or whatever. I want to
Yeah.
play that,
Yeah.
but I have not yet. So whatever. Sean, what have you been playing in the last week? Like
All right.
bridging the year. What did you
Right.
play last year? See, because we could do that joke. Cause
Yeah, you could do it. I guess it's been about 2 weeks since we actually talked about the games we've been currently playing.
that's
So
right.
most of this stuff is kind of from last week. This last week I haven't been. I guess 2 weeks ago. Anyway, but The Walking Dead season 2 episode 1 came out, and I played through that.
Oh, you hadn't yet,
Well, I
was it?
played through it like 2 weeks ago, but we didn't do a
Oh,
podcast with current games.
I guess so. Yeah. Did I mention when I played that? I played that at
I
some
think you
point.
played it after I did or when I did. Because we haven't talked
Okay.
about it on the show. That's why I bring it up.
All right. I mean, it's a heavily story-centric game, but I guess we can kind of get into it. How do you feel about those so far?
I thought, as far as those games go, I thought it was a great, strong start. There was two really specific, like, gross, like, dark moments where I was, like, almost closing my eyes for.
Yeah.
Um, I'm beginning to feel those games are becoming a little formulaic.
Like just the gameplay and then story beat and then choice or
Well, just
whatever.
the whole
Like,
thing of, like, you walk somewhere and then you got the dialogue tree and stuff, and it's just, like, I've done that, like, what,
yeah.
7 times now? This is the eighth time I've done that now.
hmm
So I'm not saying I'm tired of it yet because I enjoyed this episode for sure, but I fear that it's starting to hit that, starting to hit like a dry spell.
Right. And I don't know how they're going to change it up. Like I feel like the action stuff is maybe a little smoother than it was before, but like not smoother than the Wolf Among Us though. Like I was kind of reminded of that. Like I had no problems with the quick time event stuff. Like I didn't fail an action sequence ever
Okay.
In this one, and I felt good about that, I guess, and the way it's communicating. Like arrow left, right, press this button. It was like okay, like there was no troubles. But yeah, it is becoming kind of a known quantity in a lot of ways. It's not the surprise it was like 2 years ago or whatever. What was it? Was it 2011? 2012? No, it's 2012.
Yeah, it was 2012. Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
2 years ago
I guess. Yeah.
on the calendar, but not if you do the math. Did you play frisbee?
Yep. Yep. Played some
Okay.
frisbee. That
Yeah, I
part.
played some frisbee.
That's a crazy part of that episode.
Yeah, it was. That was some gut wrenching stuff. I guess maybe the one thing I noticed, like, right after I finished it was, oh, wow, like, because my game playtime was like 96 minutes or something. Like, it seemed a little short. But
Okay,
maybe they're
okay.
always that. But I was kind of accustomed to 2-3 hours, but maybe I was
Sure.
just misremembering. I don't
Yeah,
know. Or maybe I went
usually
through it a little faster.
longer than that.
Yeah.
I should also point out that I switched over to the PC version of it now, so I don't have my save file from the first game.
Yeah.
So
I
go ahead.
sorry. Well, I played 400 Days on this machine, so it rolled that in. But I played the first season on my laptop, and I was kind of hoping Steam cloud syncing or something might make that happen, but I don't think it did. So
There's a specific part where it's like, hey, we will look for your save file, right?
yeah,
And
and then it was
find
like,
for
hey,
you?
400 Days. It
Oh,
came
okay.
up and said 400 Days was a thing, and I was like, yeah, I played that, but I don't think it really acknowledged my other stuff. It got most of the things right, I think, though. Like they play like a little recap for you.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that is true of my playthrough. That more or less happened like that. Like as far as I could remember, it's been a while, but yeah,
I
it
think
got
for
most
me, it
of it.
was mostly the same. There is like the final decision at the end of the game. They went with
Mhm.
the other way than I had chosen.
Okay. Oh, like the very final
The very
thing
final thing that
Clementine
you,
has to do.
yeah. They
Okay.
went. So now my current game now is the other way. But I figured I was like, this is kind of my scenario with Mass Effect, where I played 2 and then 1 and then
Mhm.
3. So it's like I kind of have this weird like they made the beginning for me thing. So whatever, it's not a huge deal. But
Yeah.
so far in this episode, they haven't really tied it to anything from the past yet. So I don't even know if I should be upset.
Right. Like I was definitely looking for kind of acknowledgement of other stuff. Like I've heard in internet banter that like a character from 400 Days, like a side character, is seen in like the ending sequence, like just in the riverbed, kind of like something bad happened to him. But I
Huh.
totally missed that. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's definitely not. Oh, hey, I'm meeting all those characters from 400 Days. Like I kind of thought that might happen, but that is so far not the case. But do you know when the next Wolf Among Us episode is? It's been a while.
I
I've
have
kind
no
of.
idea. I thought it was supposed to be December, but they're not even talking about it on Twitter and stuff. So
Mm,
I don't know.
okay.
I don't know.
I guess I'm a little, maybe ready to go into that weird dark world again, and hopefully something good happens this time. I think that one just like hit me at a really weird time, where I was just like, I didn't want to do any of that right now. That was just too depressing. So, like, it's taking fun stuff and making it dark and moody. It's just like I just
But
want fairy
zombies aren't
tales.
dark and moody.
Well, I mean they are, but I'm a little numb to that now. So
Oh, okay.
like taking fairy tales and making that like serial killer like 7 or something is just like, oh man, you're, like harshing my buzz. You're raining on my day. Like what are you? But yeah, I will. I'll play that. I mean, I'm kind of hooked for that at least for the next one. See what direction it goes in. But okay, so season 2 kicked off. What
Also,
else happened?
I played a little bit of Skulls of the Shogun on iOS because it was free last week. Last week, I think.
Yeah.
So I was playing that on my iPad. That's a tactics RPG, but instead of a grid, your units kind of just have like an area of how far they can walk, and you can just like pull them to the limit of how far they can walk and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that works very well. because it
Oh, like
ends
the
up.
interface, like you don't.
Yeah, well, because what happens is, and it even emphasizes like, hey, if you keep your units kind of together, they can kind of create a wall, and you can block people from getting to your more important units.
Hmm.
So you're kind of wanting to keep them near each other, but because there's no like rigid grid of where they can sit, you end up just like making a huge ugly like mass of all your characters, and then you're trying to like tap on like the one behind it or something, and you can't. So it just gets kind of annoying, and you end up having to like go no next next next. That's the guy I want. Now I'll drag you across and stuff.
Okay. Is it
Um,
is it kind of slow and paced enough though, where that doesn't ruin you, right?
Oh
Like
yeah,
it's
for sure. Like it's
turn-based kind of.
definitely turn-based and everything, but it's just kind of annoying because you have to kind of like double tap guys to fully select them and then drag them out. So you end up kind of like, okay, I'm gonna tap you. Oh no, wait, I now got to double tap you. Oh wait, I tapped the guy that was right beside you because you're basically on top of each other.
Hmm.
Oh, this is just annoying.
Wasn't that in the works for like a long time? Wasn't that on Xbox Live
It's been
first?
out for a while. Like I think it came out on Windows 8 first
Oh, okay.
last January,
Okay.
and then it finally came to Steam. And then I think it finally came to iOS, and then it's been out on iOS for a while. But then, just like I said, last week or 2 weeks ago, they were like, "Hey, it's free," and I was like, "Okay,
Okay.
now I'll get it."
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah, I definitely heard about it, but I wasn't really clear what kind of game it was or how it was or anything. So, okay.
yeah. It has online multiplayer, which is cool. I haven't tried that out too much. I was just going through a bit of the story,
Hmm.
um, but it's definitely interesting. Everyone's kind of like, I guess everyone's kind of dead, so they're in like a demon world or something. And when you kill some, and they're all kind of skeletons, and when you kill somebody, you consume their skull to get stronger, and then you can like level up your guys, and it's kind of goofy. I'll probably play a bit more of it for sure. Um, and then I've been playing Papers, Please
Okay.
this
That
last
was one of
week.
my favorites from last year.
Right, right. Um, I'm definitely enjoying it. I don't know if I'm just like not being touched enough or something
Hmm.
emotionally. I just went because the whole thing is of when the people come together in my country and they have like a please let me in, I'm sick and you have the only medicine. I'm just like, no, I have a job, and I'm just not empathizing with any of these random people.
No, yeah, that's kind of the that like it's not like I was like, oh man, I feel so bad about that. It was more just like that this system, like that this job grinds that out of you is kind of the point of it. Like it's like you need to worry about your job and your family, but then you're kind of like, oh wait, I'm now a tool of bureaucracy, and it's kind of like playing into that societal problem or whatever, like lack of empathy
But were
thing.
you like finding it hard to decline them? Because I'm not even, I guess, personally doing it like, no, my family comes first. It's more of just like, I don't care. I decline.
Yeah, no,
Like
no,
it's just
like I
easy.
I will like decline pretty much just yeah, like generally because you need to keep your wages up or whatever, or like yeah, you just like no, that's you're wrong. I don't want to fail or whatever. Like yeah, like it's at this point it is very mechanical for me. Like it's just like I'm just trying to find out how to go down a story path that leads to a new ending or whatever. So like
Sure.
I am not yeah, I'm definitely not treating each person that comes up there like a person,
Yeah.
which is kind of again maybe part of the point, but yeah, it's sort of lost some magic when you start looking at just like I want ending 20, how do I get to ending 20? Like that's kind of my primary concern. And when I was playing like the pre-release alpha or whatever, like that definitely was a thing where it's just like my family is kind of just a list on a screen. Like I don't have attachment to it. So I think the game is just kind of like hoping your imagination fills in the blanks and like you think of your family and like practically speaking you want to look out for yourself and your interests or whatever, but yeah, that side of it isn't really a thing. It's more like every now and then there'll be kind of like a little story arc that happens, like someone comes up to your desk and they have like a very unique problem that you could kind of help them with,
Right.
and those present some interesting dilemmas.
Yeah, those are
So
definitely the most, like when someone drops a bomb off. It's like, what?
yeah,
You just
like
want me
the
to disarm this
security,
bomb?
yeah,
Or
like the
actually, I just got past the part where they introduced the gun a few days ago, and
right, yeah.
that stuff's crazy. That stuff's
I, I
crazy. But you
I
get
like
so
the
much money
ramp of
for
that
it.
game too. Yeah, yeah. Like when you successfully like prevent a security situation, it's like, oh sweet, I got a bonus. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Like they kind of just like give you a little bit more and more responsibility and stuff over the course of the month or whatever that game takes place over, and I kind of like that natural ramp. It seemed plausible enough, I guess. I got pretty caught up in it.
I will say the one
But
thing that has kind of grabbed me though is every time I get like one warning, it's like, okay, crap. And then from the first warning, now every time where I hit like, okay, go, because I know after I say next, that's when the little like you failed ticker comes up, and my heart just skips. Like, is it gonna happen? Okay, no,
yeah,
good. Did I
there's like
miss
this
something?
little twinge of stress every time. You're just like, please don't get a citation. All right. Like yeah, it's like this weird little nagging thing that that game manages to do really well, and it's like not like a fun sensation, but it's kind of cool to get caught up in it like that. It's a
Yeah. How
yeah.
many people were you getting through on average? I want to see if I'm like going slow or whatnot.
I don't really remember like
I
10.
seem to, yeah, okay. I seem to be getting about 10, 11 each time. So,
Yeah,
okay.
somewhere around there. Like I don't think it's expecting you to really do more than that. Like I've been doing the thing with most of my playthroughs where I'm like alternating heat and food for my family to
Yeah.
save money.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
just kind of like I need to shore up money just in case something weird happens and I need a lot of money.
Right.
But
Well, what I've been doing is if everybody's okay, I don't give them either because I'm like, you're not struggling yet.
yeah, it's like
So
no,
that
you
can
don't know
last
what
me an
hardship
extra
is.
day. Once you're actually in trouble, then we'll buy you some food. But it ends up just causing my family to get sick really often.
Yeah, and then medicine is kind of its own thing, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I yeah, that game I still find striking in a lot of ways, but it's very rigid now. It's like very just like a puzzle to be solved in a way that
For
I want
you.
to do
Yeah, yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gone
But
through it too many
okay, here's one
times.
question because I can't figure it out. I keep getting citations for like improper weight on their like ticket or whatever. How am I supposed to
Oh
know
yeah,
how much this person weighs or how tall they are? Like, am
there's
I-
a little like scale meter in like your bottom right on their screen. So on one of their
oh,
cards, it should list their weight. So if
yeah.
there's a variance, then you can highlight the current weight and the weight it's supposed to be.
Okay,
And
so right
usually
where
that
their
means they have
face is,
like
like on the
cat.
left side, somewhere around there will be their weight.
Yeah, there's a little
Okay.
meter, like kind of the same way there's the height behind them. Like sometimes that is wrong, so
Oh,
you
I
need
didn't
to
even
kind of
know that.
watch out for
I
that
didn't
too.
even notice the height is behind them.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
kind of a subtle thing that doesn't come up very often, but it'll
Right.
trip you up every now and then. It's
Great.
kind
That's
of
two more things I need to watch for.
exactly like it
I
just keeps
hate
piling on
I
more
hate looking
responsibility.
for the region, and I almost just don't, and I get citations for it, but it's never like enough to screw me. But
Like the
it's like,
last, yeah, the issuing city, like you're just like, oh shit, I should probably check that, but fuck it, like
yeah,
whatever.
it's like I'm not opening the map and then going to their specific
Yeah,
region, and then it's like whatever. Like it happens maybe once every week. So I get the issuing city issue, but
I kind of like how open it is with just like how you set up your desk. Like I will always have the rule book just at the bottom and like pop
oh,
it up and
okay,
then kind of page through it and find the thing. And then when you
right,
get like the tabs, that
yeah,
just changes it. Like it's kind of weird again how they just like your hotkeys for like popping out the stamps and stuff like just feels like yeah, all right, making progress or whatever. Like
right. But
stamping
when
these
you think about
passports.
it from like an actual gameplay perspective, that's throwing money away.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
But like so yeah, I wonder if like one of the endings is dependent on just like not doing that. Like I don't know. There's so much variance. I really should probably just look up a guide at this point because like I am making my experience less fun by like just grinding at it. So I should probably just like see the thing, like the path to where I want to go and then go
And
that
just
way.
yeah, make sure you get it right, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Because I want to unlock infinite mode because that's kind of just a challenge mode where you kind of just see how many passports you can stamp in a row without problems or whatever. Like it's kind of a
Oh,
different.
is that the endless one?
Yeah, you unlock it when you
Right.
get ending 20 apparently, and I've gotten ending 19, which has a lot of closure and it's kind of an interesting ending to the story. But I want to see the real business, so
Okay. I think
I'll go
I'm just
back to
gonna
that at
play
some
through it
point.
once. I'll just see what my story is, and I'm good.
Yeah, no, that's a valid way to go for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and then I actually have one little anecdote from Need for Speed Rivals that I wanted to bring up because it was infuriating.
Oh, okay.
So that game's always online, right? Unless you
Yeah.
specifically say, I don't want to be online. So I normally just leave it online because, for the most part, if I just don't want to play with somebody, like, I can just drive away from them, or even if I am playing with somebody, they just appear as the cops normally. Like, it's not a. It almost seems like it's not.
Hmm.
Um, but what'll be annoying, and you saw this a bit, is when it migrates hosts every now and then.
Yeah,
It can
people are
just like
mad about
stop
that.
things. So I was in a pursuit, and my goal was specifically to get 75,000 speed points in one session, and I was like, I wanted to say I was 5,000 away from that. So I was already like on my way back to the hideout because I could get 5,000 on the way to the hideout easily.
Hmm.
The game pauses, starts migrating host. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Just jump me back in my pursuit so I can keep going. So once it's migrated the host, like everyone's name has come up saying yes, they've migrated, and now it's just loading the game back. I start hearing the sirens again, and I'm like, wait, the game didn't start behind this loading screen, did it? Loading screen comes up, cops surrounded me, I'm busted immediately.
Gross.
Like, they
Okay.
just, like, stopped my car while I was waiting for this loading screen, but let the cops catch up to me.
And there's no way to pause it or something under
There's no
that.
way to pause ever. If you're online, you can't pause, because hitting the option button brings up the map. There is no pause.
Right. Okay.
It was just, and
That's
I couldn't accelerate away at all, like, fast enough because they were in a, they had surrounded me. Like, it's like, you're just done. Sucks to be you. And I was like, are you kidding me?
yeah.
That
Did
was
that kind
insane.
of end your play session? Like, was
For the
that?
night, it did. I've gone back
Yeah.
and continued on, but for the night, I was like, I'm going to bed. Fuck you,
Okay.
game.
That's
Yeah,
pretty gross.
yeah,
That's unfortunate.
yeah. That's all I've been playing the last 2 weeks. What about you?
Um, last 2 weeks, I'm trying to think. I mean, like, there's been like a little bit of Splunky in there, but that's definitely kind of taken a back seat now. The whole jetpack not having one thing kind of soured me a bit. Payday 2, we talked about it a little bit on the Game of the Year podcast, but I played a couple more heists on there.
With
Um,
people or randoms?
with random people. I haven't really
Okay.
been specifically choosing games. Although I guess I will say, someone from our community did reach out to me and say, "Hey, I play that a lot. Like, we should play." And I
Okay.
guess there is the top-down perspective Steam group. So if people want to sign on there,
Have
and
you,
it'll
even
be a
when you're
good way
playing
to
with
connect.
randoms, are you playing with a headset to chat with them, or are you just kind of being mute?
I have my headset on, but I haven't really been communicating too much.
Okay.
For a long time, I thought I was like accidentally just like spamming by just speaking in my room, like it's like, oh hey, like yeah, what should we do for supper or whatever, while I have the headset on. You have to hold down a button to speak, so I wasn't
Oh, okay.
inadvertently doing that. But yeah, I have my Sennheiser headset somewhere that I've been putting on for that, just because it's kind of a loud game. So if I'm going to be playing that at night anyway, it's probably good to isolate that to the headphones.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't know. Like other than one time we were kind of mid heist and like kind of an online issue, I got like the server went down or something like mid doing stuff, and then it was just like nothing happened. Like no money was earned. It was like day two of a multiple day thing. Whoa.
That was my
Okay.
doorbell. Keep going.
Oh, okay.
Whew.
Yeah. Other than that, like I've had generally a decent amount of fun with just kind of the like it's like that Left 4 Dead co-op sensation, but with cops, and the framework is robbing stuff. So I'm kind of into that. It's I haven't done that too much
Right.
in
Yeah.
many
No,
games.
I
So
had only known about bank heists, and then when John, or it was John or you on the last week's show, mentioned like robbing a train, I was like, what an incredible idea.
yeah, there's jewelry stores. I haven't seen a train. Like we were in a train to make a drop off at one point
Okay,
of stolen
must have
art.
been John talking about it then. Yeah.
He's played way more of it, so he would know more than I
Well,
do.
game
The
of the year.
like is kind of the thing. Like I kind of wish more of them were the longer arcs though, because like the most cool campaign I stumbled into was we stole a bunch of paintings from this art gallery, and then we were arranging like a deal with a buyer, and then that led us to some sort of dirtbag who betrayed us, and then we went to his mansion to kind of like hack into some stuff and upload like blackmail him essentially, like upload news footage or whatever. Like it was like this multi-stage thing, and like our crew ended up getting kind of better and better at it. This was just like me teaming up with some random people, and like the probably the pinnacle of that was like we failed the final section of that a couple times where you're hacking these computers, But then the one time we actually made it through was like just a great multiplayer sensation of like, you know, several times over the course of that, like each player got to really pick up the slack and like be a hero. So there was a point where like all three of my other members were downed, so I was kind of like just holding off the cops in this one server room, and like it was just me until they respond or whatever, like they get out of custody. So I managed to make that happen, but then I got downed, and then dude came and saved me and all this stuff. Like, it was just kind of like a really good co-op experience.
Cool.
And
That sounds like I'm
managed to
kind of
solve
getting
it.
like some horde mode Gears 2.
Yeah, it's totally got that too. Like just hordes of cops coming at you. At least
Yeah.
the way it goes by default, like that they have this kind of stealth component that you can pull off is kind of awesome. Like we were sneaking around, like shooting out lights and cameras and stuff for the first part of that. But it seems like almost always, at least maybe just with the lower tier stuff, like when you don't have better equipment or whatever, like that's the thing, like when you're leveling up, you're getting like significantly better stuff. Like now that I have a scope, that game is like totally changed in terms of the shooting. Like I'm not just like hoping I hit stuff and kind of wasting a lot of ammo. It's like, no, I can actually draw a bead on people. Like you can get better and better tech that like opens things faster, hacks faster, like opens doors and whatever. So yeah, the upgrades and things like maybe make the stealth a little more viable early. Like with lower tier dudes, you were just getting in massive gunfights all the time, like just always going wrong. It's just like we sneak into this bank, try to case the place and everything, but then someone gets suspicious almost immediately, and then it's just on.
Well,
But
it kind of makes sense. You know, you're a rookie bank, like heist rookie thief.
yeah, I'm not like annoyed with it like from a fiction standpoint or whatever. I guess the one like maybe just issue I've had already is just the chatter. Like there's this dude named Bane, I think. He's kind of like your eye in the sky or whatever, like the guy kind of talking you guys through the heist on your headset or whatever. He just has a lot of repetitive dialogue. Like it's like he'll just be making the same observation over and over again, and it's just like, okay, like I know. Like in that hacking one, it was like, man, I just saw this crazy news footage. It's just like, okay, like this is the third time in this attempt that you have said that. Because I think what it was is like we were taking a long time finishing the objective, so we're in this like 10-minute gun battle, so it doesn't really have too much stuff for him to say. So instead of him just not saying stuff, he just kind of keeps chiming in. That's been a little annoying, but whatever. It's like for a multiplayer experience, it's actually doing that stuff like generally pretty well. So I don't know. And yeah, the soundtrack is pretty great. People, you know, are right to be happy about
Yeah,
that.
I've been listening to the soundtrack.
Yeah. I picked up both of those in the sale. I guess through Game of the Year discussions around the internet, I was led to Rich Gallup's top 10 list, which included a game I'd never heard of called Paint It Back, which is Picross. It is just a pretty well-made Picross game, and yeah, I don't know. It's got kind of a art theme, like it's just like all these paintings have been erased by a ghost, I think. So like you're the resident artist at this gallery, and you're just like, oh crap, like I'm gonna be in a lot of trouble. I should paint these paintings back. So you're like doing that, and the interface for it is pretty slick. Like the kind of like it's all vertically oriented, which is kind of a requisite for me on iOS. That's just kind of how I like my games. So I'm not very good at Picross, I guess, is kind of one of the revelations. I have not played it as much as you. So there's kind of like two tiers with some of them. It's like normal mode and pro mode. If it's pro, it's going to be like a giant puzzle. If you do normal, it kind of shrinks it down, like it compartmentalizes it to smaller, more manageable puzzles. So I've been doing the smaller versions more often.
And I understand it's free with in-app purchases.
Right. So I think you get like 30 maybe puzzles just for free, and then pretty quickly like you'll kind of run out of free stuff to go through. Maybe it's 40 or something. It seems like a decent amount, and then it's like, hey, it's like $3 to unlock it all. And I was like, you know what? Like this has gotten me comfortable with kind of the way you're doing, kind of zooming in and like clues and whatever. Like, well, not clues, but like, you know, Xing off stuff that you're pretty sure can't be part of the picture or whatever. Like it's got a pretty slick look to it and everything. So $3 is totally worth it. I was pretty happy with that. I'm still kind of playing that from time to time. It's the new phone thing I'm doing. But this week's big winner was I got it in the Steam sale. I heard about it vaguely about a year ago on the Giant Bombcast. Ryan Davis was a big fan of it. Cook Serve Delicious.
Right. Yep. I've heard of it. I've heard of it. I installed it from your account.
Yeah, no, it's like 80 megs or something, but I've been really enjoying it in kind of just like a tapper type way, like very arcade kind of experience of just like there are tons of customers, they're ordering all sorts of stuff, and you just need to kind of like keep up with all of it. And the gameplay loop is really satisfying, and there's just a lot of great feedback in terms of just the audio, like little chimes and whatever when you kind of racking up a combo or whatever, or when you just like put all the toppings on the salad, the way the like the preparation sounds are amazing. So I'm just like, yeah.
So some good sound
serve
design.
That salad. It's great. And then like just the sound of like 6 steaks sizzling is just awesome. I've been like just going back to it over and over. Like when I first started playing, I was like, man, this game really expects you to like play this a lot. You know, it's like 20 days in a row before you get to kind of get the next star level of restaurant or whatever. But now I'm just like, nah, man, this is awesome. Like I want more, because then this gives me more opportunity to earn more money to buy more food, and then you're like upgrading stuff. Like I just got lasagna, and layering that correctly is just this weird thing. It's just like there's two people ordering pizzas and a guy wants a burger, and you're trying to like put this lasagna together correctly. I don't know. It's very simple. Like, I like how much it uses the keyboard though. Like it is just all keyboard stuff. Like it's kind of reminding me a little bit of like
Thanks for showing me what a keyboard is.
See, this is the keyboard, right?
Oh,
you use the number buttons is like the order, and then you're usually kind of typing hotkey letters to kind of put different ingredients on it and stuff, and then or using the arrows to kind of prepare a soda or a beer or something. Like I guess in terms of like stuff I've played, it's kind of reminding me of like the coffee storyline in Cart Life. Like you're preparing mochas and stuff by kind of like tapping left and right to kind of mix them and whatever. Like it's kind of got some of that, but then it also has the kind of hotkey stuff of like we were just talking about Papers, Please, like pressing tab to pop open your stamps and whatever. Like you just kind of using this as just kind of your panel to order up stuff. I don't know. It's a really great control scheme. It's on iOS too. Like it's on iPad. I don't know how that experience would go, but it's a really slick game on PC. I'm really, really happy with it. So, yeah, I got the 1-star restaurant still. I'm getting to the point where I can almost go up to 2 stars. But, yeah, like it is bringing back a lot of great tapper memories of just, like, frantic keeping up with stuff. Like, the beer stuff specifically is just basically tapper. Like, you get a lot of people in the evenings that want a beer. So, I don't know. It is a very charming game. I am very, very glad I bought it. It was like $3 as part of the sale, but I think it's like $10 normally. And with how much time I've already put into it, like that may be worth a look for people. So, yeah.
So now that you know how to properly layer lasagna, do you feel like you're a better chef in real life?
I don't know. It has made me think, like, why don't I make soups more often? Because, like, it's just got a lot of soup stuff. And soup for a while was kind of dogging me. Like, it was just like people would get real specific about what they want in their soup, and then you're just kind of like putting in all these ingredients and kind of letting it cook there for a bit. Like it takes a while, but it's definitely made me like at least think about cooking food more. And it hasn't yet translated. I was looking at a soup cookbook yesterday, and I was like, man, I should get this, but I don't know. We'll see if this translates in any way to me eating better or having more food around, like that I make myself. But making fake food in the video game is great. So
all right.
It's fun.
Buying clothing for Sims instead of clothing for people
cooking
in real
food
life.
for like fake cartoon people instead of food for yourself.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, oh crap, what do we have around here? Oh, there's nothing. You gotta go grocery shopping. Oh man, whoops. I'm too busy here making 50. Like I got like a 50 combo. That means I got perfect orders, like 50 in a row. It's awesome. So yeah, there's like Steam challenges and stuff too. I'm kind of still haven't delved into all of that game, but they have like catering challenges. So it's just like burgers and fries. or whatever. Like that's all people want. Or no, it was fries and fried chicken. So you're just like deep frying stuff over and over. One was sodas and beer. And it was just beer, soda. I don't know. It's awesome. Yeah, whatever. It's really great. I'm gonna play it again after.
Have you made this Steam badge for this sale yet?
Yes, I did one.
Okay.
I got all the globes one time. The stuff I got, I wasn't even really sure what it was. Like, I was kind of hoping it'd be a Dota item or something, because I'm assuming people are way into those, so I could like sell it for mad money.
Isn't it just a badge?
I got like a background. It was a Payday 2 themed one. Oh, and I got the badge, but you also get some items. You get like a little collection of items. I'm just looking at what it was.
I haven't built it yet because I actually haven't bought any. Or I bought one thing, but it wasn't enough. I just keep getting every 3 votes I get a card, but I don't care. So
yeah, I got a slime archer skin for Realm of the Mad God. I don't know.
I have
also
no
I
idea
got an emoticon.
Sweet. Oh, dude, think of all the amazing emotions you can now convey in Steam chat.
I barely use Steam Chat, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's a thing. Yeah, that was it for games this week that I played as far as I can remember. Oh, I guess I played a little bit of Animal Crossing last night for New Year's Eve.
Got New Year's Eve. Yeah.
Got some cider, got a weird hat, got a party popper, which is a one-time use item, so you just kind of light a thing and then that's that.
Was that the first time you had a party popper?
No, but first time in a while. Like, that was the main thing. Like, all the villagers were just like, "Oh wow, it's been like 2 months since I've seen you," and it's just like, "Yeah." And then you talk to them again, and they say something about New Year's or whatever. And that's just a lighthearted, happy game. So it was kind of neat to step back in there for a little bit. But yeah. Anyway, that's it for game stuff. Let's go to a little bit of news we have, and that's on to question time. You wrote down this first one. I vaguely heard about this, but maybe you can elaborate. eShop was down?
Yeah, eShop. Well, as you mentioned, a bunch of the online services were down over kind of the Christmas season.
Yeah, I think Steam was down for like 8 hours on Christmas Day.
Yeah. But I guess the eShop was down pretty significantly based on all the new like Nintendo Network IDs being registered. So I guess tons of people got Wii U's and 3DS's for Christmas.
Yeah.
And then from what I understand, they were actually bringing it back in like select countries at a time. Like they were just being really careful about it. And then just as a part of that, Pokemon Bank, which is that big online service for storing Pokemon from the new Pokemon XY, that was supposed to come out on... It's supposed to be launched this Friday or last Friday, but it got delayed because it would be too high of a demand, and they're already kind of crippled.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The Pokemon Bank and Poke Transporter. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Weird.
So that's the thing. So all that sweet news that happened, what happened on your end?
This just kind of popped up yesterday. Deadpool, which was recently in the Steam sale, I kind of looked at it and went, whatever. I heard that wasn't that great. That game is no longer available on Steam or Xbox downloadable service or whatever. What's that called? On Demand? Or
I think so, yeah.
Xbox On Demand or PSN. Some NeoGAF dudes found that out, and I guess questions have been asked, like inquiries have gone out, but Activision hasn't really responded officially yet. But it seems like just that happened right as the year ended seems to indicate that they had a license to kind of keep that stuff up there that expired in 2013, and they just didn't bother to renew it because they're kind of just done with that game, I guess, which is kind of weird. I mean, John talked about it in kind of a more favorable light than most people I've heard mention that game, but yeah, it's obviously still available physically. I guess you can get it through GameFly or Amazon. You can get codes that way, at least for the time being.
Oh, if you want to get a digital copy.
If you want to get like a voucher, kind of like a Steam code or something, it'll still work that way. But yeah, they're kind of pulling the plug on that a little bit, which is kind of weird.
But like you said, we don't know for sure. It's just
gone. Like, yeah, all we know is that it is no longer listed on those services, so people can't buy it as of right now. So that's a little strange. One we do know more about though is Fallout, Fallout 2, and Fallout Tactics are no longer on GOG.com. They posted a thing about it though. I guess it's just expiring. Like they're not renewing it for whatever reason. I guess they kind of treated it a little more like this has been with us for 5 years. This is one of those classic games that we were happy to bring to people, but it is no longer going to be here. So,
And they gave it out for free a couple months ago.
Yeah, that's when I picked it up on there. So I've never really gone back to the original Fallout games. Like I played the first one a little bit when I got them for a friend, and we tried it out like physical copy like 5 years ago or something. But it's dated to me, I guess. But a lot of people have a lot of nostalgia for it, and it does a lot of kind of cool open world stuff. It was kind of a pioneer in a lot of respects for role playing games. So kind of too bad, but I mean it's still available for people who want to find it elsewhere. But yeah, it's kind of just a noteworthy thing. And that's kind of it. Like a lot of other news has just been bickering about the best games from last year, talking about whether or not some stuff should have been on people's lists or highlighted in a specific way or whatever.
Right.
Like I haven't seen much beyond that in terms of like important stories. At least
Yeah,
that really
I
springs to
couldn't really
mind.
find anything going on. So
Yeah. So
So
that's
let's,
that's the news.
let's move into questions.
Okay.
For those people watching live, feel free to send some questions in on the chat, and we can definitely answer those. But for people who want to send in questions next time, if you're listen to the archive, it's topdownperspective@gmail.com. On Twitter, it's @TDP Podcast, and you can also check out our Facebook group. It's just search Top Down Perspective.
Yeah.
I have a few here already. Once I load this up. All right. Junkie GS asks a few. First one is, what did you guys do to celebrate New Year's?
We went to your house, Sean's house.
Yep.
And we played. What was the first game we were playing? Werewolf.
Werewolf.
When I got there, you guys were playing something else when I got there, though, right? You were playing Love Letter.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was just kind of a lineup of board games. I bought Star Trek Catan yesterday, and we got to play that.
That was
It's,
cool.
Basically Catan, but with little spaceships and weird cards we didn't know what to do with. Yeah, I don't know. That was good though. I'm glad I have that game now in some form.
And then,
Werewolf Clusterfuck, which is one of the new games from the Cards Against Humanity people. They send it out as part of their holiday bullshit thing, which is a weird party mixer game that's meant to be awkward.
We had some
Cards
good
Against
laughs throughout it.
Yeah, no, there were some good moments for sure. I won, I guess. I didn't even really think about that, but yeah, I was one of the winners in that. 3 ways.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
That's how you win.
Yeah. Yeah. We played Cards Against Humanities and Avalon. We played that a bunch as well.
Oh yeah, which is Resistance-like, but more fleshed out, I guess, more depth to it, which I didn't know was a thing, but yeah, that was pretty fun. And yeah, Cards Against Humanity, new holiday cards were in there, and PAX isn't funny, I guess. That was kind of a conclusion. Also, Canada, not funny. But, well, kind of funny for being so dry that it's not funny.
Just so terrible, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so bad. Like groaners, but in a good way. Maybe. Sometimes. Yeah, no, that was fun. That was pretty much it. We played that until like 2 in the morning. And then drove home. And, yeah, upon arriving home, I guess there's some massive party going on in our cul-de-sac here, so there was just, like, no parking at our own house. It was weird. But
that sucks. It was also so snowy.
It was really snowy. Like I guess right at the end of the year, just like last dump of snow at 11:30 p.m. it started, and yeah, walk outside and totally covered. But it was fun. That was good.
Next
Chocolate
question
was there,
again.
Chicken. Anyway.
Yeah. Next question. Also, any update on that Mario 3D World live stream LP with all 3 of you guys? Is it still going to happen or not? At this point, no, because we all have to be in the same city. John's out of the country. I'm leaving the country later this week. So that's not happening for any time soon, at least.
Yeah. I mean, I got that controller now, so I'm ready. But, yeah. At the like John's gonna be back shortly. You're gone for months, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah. I won't be back in for a while.
yeah, in the that yeah, that, I guess that won't happen as we described anytime soon. So sorry about that. Sorry to raise hopes. I feel bad when that happens.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Next one. There's three more from Junkie GS. I'm struggling to find a major that I'm passionate about in college. Any suggestions on how you guys all figured it out?
hmm. Well, that's a pretty common thing, I guess. A lot of people say don't fret about it. A lot of people change their majors. Um, I kept going with mine, and I enjoyed mine, but it might not have been too practical in a lot of ways. Like people still ask me, like, "Oh, what are you gonna do with that? What are you gonna do with the English degree?" And it's just like I don't know. Kind of just hope it works out. So I don't know. Write for something. I'm getting to the point where I probably should have gone into communications or something. But maybe talk to a guidance counselor, I guess. Did you ever do that? Does that sound like a good idea?
Yeah, in high school, I definitely talked to my guidance counselor. I'm just trying to figure out how I came to my specific. Because
Course or whatever.
I had originally looked into journalism, and then I
Yeah.
thought, I don't think I could really get too much of a job with that. I'm pretty good at computers and video production, so I'll go into that. And I enjoyed doing that, and I guess it was kind of easy for me to know what I wanted to do because I was always doing art classes. I was doing a lot of Comtech classes, so I was like, well, I'll just continue with a Comtech related degree.
Hmm.
Yeah, I never really was confused myself. But any suggestions on how to figure it out? I guess look at what you like to do and see if there's a job related to that, and what degree is required for that job.
I guess, but it's kind of like trying to hit a moving target though, because like jobs and especially tech related stuff now is kind of in a little bit of flux all the time. So the training you get right now might not be that great in 5 years or 4 years.
But if you're still interested in the tech stuff, you could go into like computer science, and you'll get the baseline you'll need or whatever, regardless if it's changing. But
Yeah,
that'll tell you your major.
I guess so. It's just
Yeah.
it was like this weird kind of scary fact I found out late in my university career. It's just like, did you know that like the top paying jobs now, the degrees for them didn't even exist 10 years ago? And you're just like, oh crap. So this is all futile, but I don't know. Don't let that defeat you, I guess. Just try to have fun. Join some clubs, play some Dota. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's what a lot of people were doing when I was there.
Another thing I was doing was I was talking to people that currently had the jobs I would be interested in, and I asked them, what degree did you have, or where did you go to school,
Yeah.
and that kind of helped me out a bit as well.
Okay.
So, next one, would you guys consider doing more stuff with the community, like multiplayer games? I guess online, because he mentions Mario Kart and Bomberman.
Okay.
Again, that requires John's capture card. So it requires us to all be at John's place, or at least in the city. So,
With those games specifically.
I guess those games specifically, if we wanted to capture it. If we're just doing stuff online, like I could play some Steam games online, kind of whenever, I guess.
Yeah, like the top-down perspective group is still up and running. Like I feel bad that we don't. I've been checking in on it more recently, but yeah, that's a way we could potentially play. Like, hey, let's play Monaco or something. Let's get some of these online games.
We should probably look into that because a lot of times I'm like, should I start up Payday 2? I got no one to play with. Should I start up Monaco? I got no one to play with.
Yeah, and like Left 4 Dead 2 was free for everybody. That's kind of part of the reason it crashed on Christmas. So a lot more people have that game. So yeah, there's co-op stuff that could happen, competitive stuff to some degree. So maybe check out there. I'm very kind of fickle with my gaming habits though. It's just like I could play Payday 2, but Cook Serve Delicious is really fun. So then I just end up playing single player stuff. Like that's been this past week. But I don't know. I also don't actively like invite people. So if I got an invite, if you send me an invite, it's like, hey, Payday 2, we should do this. You might make me feel bad enough about snubbing that I'll join that instead of playing more Cook Serve Delicious.
What a weird outlook to put yourself into.
I'd just be like,
enough of you guys can make me feel bad. then fine, I'll do it.
Yeah, guilt me into playing games. Don't. Shouldn't encourage that. I don't know. That could conceivably happen through Steam. Bomberman and Mario Kart, that's a little dicier. Although I guess when the Wii U one comes out, we have Wii U's and friend Miiverse, like something could
Yeah.
happen, right?
Yep. So,
Capturing it, yeah, that would be exclusively through John.
for streaming stuff, we have to kind of be in the city. So.
Yeah.
And last one, Nathan, how happy are you that PC Gamer named Splunky its 2013 Game of the Year?
I'm pretty happy, I guess. I just found that out just now, reading that. But so I haven't been like, oh man, is anyone else getting way into Splunky? But Splunky is a quality product. The PC version is probably the definitive one in some ways. And yeah, that daily challenge stuff is pretty cool. So somebody at PC Gamer is doing their job right. Also, it makes me feel maybe a little better about putting it on my 2013 Game of the Year list, because it's like, well, technically this came out like 2 years ago. But yeah.
All right, got one here from Allison. She asks, the Game of the Year podcast was really crowded and the stream lagged. Do you have any reason why? From what I understand, John mentioned it in a stream beforehand, so that's where that influx of people came from.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea it was laggy. I can't see that on our end. I know the archive should probably be good, and our audio version will definitely be fine. But again, yeah, we can't really tell if it's laggy unless someone actually says so in the chat. All right, I'm gonna try something kind of cool here. These ones come straight from the chat. Let's see how I do this. Victor the Penguin writes, do you make? See, on my end it's backwards, so I have to kind of read backwards, like it's mirrored for me.
Okay.
Do you make? Oh, now it's gone because there we go. Do you make New Year's resolutions? Did you make one? Did you make any?
Not really. We've been like trying to be generally more mindful about like what should we do, like set some goals or whatever, but nothing like in the next 12 months I want this to happen. Like we're not doing that. So I don't know if I've really done that in years past. There were kind of like year-long experiments I would do, and I would kick those off on a new year. Like one year I was like, I have this calendar because one of my relatives gave me a calendar. Every time I watch a movie, I'm going to write down the title and what number, like, you know, how many movies I've seen this year on there. And then I'll have a giant tally at the end of the year and know how many movies I watched that year. And then I have some data. But that's not really a resolution. It's more just like charting habits.
The resolution is keep track of the movies I watched?
Yeah, like it's like I'm not going to watch more or less movies. I'm just going to pay attention.
Just going to quantify your life.
Yeah, just measure it and see what's going on. And there's some crazy weeks in there. It's just like, whoa, holy crap. That is more than the number of days there were this week. Movies. It's nuts. So I think I have that in a box somewhere. It's probably something I'll look at. But yeah, it's more like create a new habit. Not so much axe an old one. So yeah. Resolutions. What about you?
No. My outlook generally is if I want to change something, I'll just do it instead of, well, I have to wait a week and a half until it's the first of the year. Like, what?
Okay.
And at that point, it's not going to be like, oh, man, I wanted to make a New Year's resolution, but it's already January 2nd. Guess I'll try next year. Or like, what? That's insane. So then again, there's not that like many big changes I'm looking to make in my life that I can think of. But again, I change it if it needs changing.
Yeah.
All right, next one. Here we go again. Wayward asks, did any game soundtracks stand out for you guys this last year?
I mean, really recently we were all talking about Payday 2's soundtrack, just because that is Simon Viklund of Bionic Commando fame, and he makes some pretty fun jams. I'm trying to think if there was anything else this year that was really...
Mario 3D World was really great.
Yeah.
I also liked A Link Between Worlds soundtrack. Oh, I consistently enjoyed Need for Speed Rivals.
Okay. GTA 5, I'm like kind of curious in tracking down the original stuff that was made for that game. Like some of the licensed stuff, I like songs that are in there, but it's kind of that more ambient, weird stuff that I want to see if I can like if they release that somewhere or something and give it a listen on its own and see how it holds up. But yeah, that game had some pretty sweet music.
I
You
like
said
the
drop
sound
chord,
design.
right?
Oh, drop chords. Yeah, drop chords cool. I forgot about that one. I was gonna bring up the sound design in Papers, Please. There's not a ton of music in there. I guess there's that title card music.
Yeah, the main theme is kind of just in my brain, like just the bump, 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 dun 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 dun, dun like the little
Yeah,
anthem. It's
right.
pretty sweet.
But I kind of just really enjoy like every time you click like the next thing and it's like wah wah or whatever it is.
Oh, okay. Like just
Yeah.
the way the speech sounds and stuff too, and like the
Yeah.
buttons.
So the sound design I like in that game quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think if anything else comes to mind.
Like Combi Christ did the DMC soundtrack, so that was kind of weird. But
What about like Spelunky for you?
Spelunky, I guess, is kind of amazing in that I've heard those songs so many times, and I'm not like driven mad by them. Like it has a very good background quality, I guess. It's not irritating, despite hearing the same songs for like 30 hours. So yeah, I guess there's quality there. It's not like I would listen to those outside of the game though, because that would just like bring me to the same mind space as when I'm playing Spelunky, but I wouldn't be playing Spelunky. I can't see that wouldn't be good. So yeah.
All right, last question here, and
Yep.
we actually already answered it, but the Juker writes, looking forward to a specific game in 2014. We kind of talked about that at the end of our Game of the Year podcast, a whole bunch.
Well, like some
So-
looking forward to next year kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
so I would recommend just going back to there because we spent like 20 minutes, the three of us. So you get to hear John's answer too.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything that's like really been brought to light in the recent months, like or the last few days or whatever since we recorded that. That's like, oh yeah, that's coming out. I don't think there's anything new on the radar really.
Yeah, but
Um,
again, we've mentioned a bunch of stuff, so
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I guess pretty soon though. Broken Age kicks off for backers. Like the first
Oh, yeah.
part of that is in like 13 days, I think, is when I get access to that. So that's an imminent thing that I'm very curious about, at the very least. I hope it's good.
one thing that just jumped in my head, it's actually not this year, but To the Moon just
Yeah.
released a free like holiday themed expansion or update yesterday for
Oh
it.
wow! So there's
So
like
there's-
more story to be had. Hey?
There's some more story stuff to do now, and it was a free update, so I'm probably gonna go play that like any minute. So
Okay, I've heard that's a very enduring game. I just kind of like, is it on Vita? Like that just seems like something I would like to curl up with like a book or something, and just kind of have that.
I don't think so, but it would be nice
Okay.
if it was like on the iPad or even your phone. So
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
well. There you go. There's some recent
There's some
stuff
games.
anyway.
so that'll do it. That's gonna do it for this week. Kind of a shorter episode.
Yeah. I mean, you're just started, so not a lot going on.
Yep. Next week
Yeah.
I'll be in sunny San Fran.
It's like the home of video games. There's so much video game stuff there. It's crazy.
There's a lot. Yeah. So I'll be
Like honestly, you should probably go to some jams or something while you're there. like Molly Jam is probably gonna happen again, and that's like Idle Thumbs and Giant Bomb collaborating, making weird game jams. Dude from Frog Fraction's probably gonna be there.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
the scene down there is crazy. So
I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, no, I'll still be on the podcast, so I'll be seeing everyone next week. John will be. Actually, I have no idea when John's back. I'm assuming he's back next week.
that probably, but
Probably.
we'll see. Maybe with
Yeah.
MAGFest reports. Hopefully
Yeah.
there were elevator parties. That is still my favorite anecdote from that thing.
All right.
But
All right.
yeah.
Well, we'll see everybody next week. Bye, guys. Happy New Year.
Bye.